Hi everyone! I thought I'd switch it up a little bit and give you guys a flip through of one of my previous albums. This album and another album I had made for a cruise that my boyfriend and I went on last November. And I actually brought a lot of my scrapbooking supplies with me. So I did a lot of the scrapbooking actually on the boat, and it was really fun. I think possibly in the future I can show you how to pack for a trip, how you can bring some of your art supplies with you onto the trip. So I wanted to just do a really quick flip through of my album. This is my first one. So as you can see, it's Bahamas 2016. My second one is the exact same thing. It says Bahamas 2016. So I thought I'd share it with you guys, and I think it'd be fun. So I usually make a title page for every day and would put down where we are for that day. My boyfriend had actually purchased me a scrapbooking kit on the ship, and I was able to use a lot of the pages and materials for the front pages of each day. And in the corner, I would put the date. So this is before we even got on the boat. We had a pit stop in Princeton, and then here's a picture of me driving because my boyfriend wasn't feeling well. I also like to add on the memorabilia that I collect throughout the trip, and these are my luggage tags that I had printed extra of that we ended up not using. So I wanted to add that in as well. And I kept it really simple throughout this album. Whenever I can just add a card, I just add a card. And the one on top is from the kit, actually, and I was on the Carnival Pride. And that pink sheet was our parking ticket. As you can tell, I really enjoy adding pieces from the day to day, and I actually included my room key card once I returned back. And I also really liked how they have the events listed out for everyone and the times. So I keep those as well, and I have included them in my album too with those basic gray used to make these, what do they call them? They're called attach me stickers. So I use those to attach all the itinerary for the day. When I have a nice photo, I really like to put those transparent stickers right on top of them because it looks really cool, as if you've written on them. So for this trip, I actually packed 2 printers. I packed my Fuji Instax printer, and then I also brought my Canon Selfie so I can print 2 types of photos. Our second day, we were at sea, and we had some fun joining the trivia games that the ship was hosting, and those are the cards that we filled out when we were doing trivia. So I kept those, and I thought I'd include that in as well. We played some mini golf, and I love the sunsets, so I love taking pictures of the sunset while we're on the ocean. I really liked doing this album on the trip because everything was still very fresh, and I was able to have a lot of journaling. We went to one of the comedy shows, and I actually stole one of their menus. And then for one of the evening shows, it was a 3D show, and they gave us these 3D glasses, so I took one of them and saved it for my album too. Because we started in Baltimore, our first stop was actually still in the US, and it was at Port Canaveral. We didn't really do anything that day. We ended up just staying on the boat for the most part, but we did wander off to just stretch our legs and take some pictures of the boat while we were at port. I didn't expect to actually find a scrapbooking kit on the boat, but the one that I had found and the one my boyfriend bought me, they had a lot of cute cards, such as Cruise to Your Heart's Content, My Favorite Things, and I really enjoyed using them because they were very applicable for our trip. I'm also a very big Thomas Kincaid fan, so when they did an art exhibit on that, I took some of the brochures they had written on about him, and I actually included that in my album as well. So that concludes the first album for the trip, and then on to my second. We haven't even gotten to the fun stuff yet. You can tell that my album's not that thick, and I prefer them not to be overflowing, so I always split them up if that's what needs to be done. We were then in Nassau. They had these really cute towel animals out on the pool deck, and it was just adorable. I had to take pictures of them. I also did a page about my flip-flop decorating contest that I won, and that was super, super fun. I had these transparencies that were in different shapes, and this was a perfect circle, and I ended up being able to attach that to a Project Life card I had bought, and I thought it was really cute how I layered them. I also cut up the different brochures that listed the excursions, and I added a little description of the excursion before I started scrapbooking about them. I used this little frame to frame the boat that was considered our home for the couple days we were out at sea. Our next stop was Freeport, and we did some Segway tour, and I added that Segway tour description with that flamingo paper as well. And then my boyfriend proposed, and I didn't put all the pictures in here, but I put a couple that I really liked, and it was really cool because we got a photographer to take photos for us, and she captured the moment when he asked the question. And then these are pictures of us and our table mates, and I took some pictures of the waiters dancing and a couple of my boyfriend dancing as well. And then our final day, we were back at sea, and it was just a relaxing day. My boyfriend actually went on a tour they offered for going behind the scenes of the boat, and he had this ticket, and he was able to save it for me when he told the tour guide that I was probably going to scrapbook with it. So I was really excited when he was able to bring that back to me. And then I enjoyed just taking some pictures of what I did. I went to a towel folding class where I folded some animals, and then we took some pictures with the people that we that serviced us on the boat, like our waiter, our photographer, and our stewardess. My boyfriend also got this really cool Fun Ship Facts pamphlet and the recipe for their warm chocolate melting cake. And these were the tags if you wanted them to take your luggage off the boat. We ended up not doing that, so I still kept those tags. As you can tell, my pages fit nicely in these 8x8 Project Life albums, and I really like this color. It reminds me of like the ocean with the teal and the white. And then I also used the pink flamingos as part of my labels on the side because flamingos are the national bird for the Bahamas. So I hope you enjoyed my album, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I hope you have a crafty day.